From KOMO News, Bud Light sales continue to drop down 21.4% following trans activist partnership. The latest data released Monday by Bump Williams Consulting shows Bud Light sales for the third week in April were down 21.4% compared to the same time last year. The week before, sales were down 17%. It just keeps getting worse. Check this out. Competitors gain ground. Coors Light is up 20%. Miller Lite sales are up 21%. You know what that means? It means for every one Bud Light someone does not buy, they buy one Coors and one Miller.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra beer drinking.
They're like, I'm going to buy one of each. For every Bud Light you try to sell, I'm going to buy two of the other ones.
It's crazy that they're not buying good beer instead, but it's better than nothing.
I don't care what they buy as long as it's not Bud Light.
Amen.
The Human Rights Campaign, civil rights activist group for LGBTQ plus community, penned a letter to Bud Light demanding that they defend them. They say when
they were super drunk on Bud Light, right?
Stupid.
Like, this is an outrage. She's a beautiful woman.
So there was a bar in Indiana. There's a bar in Indiana that issued a statement saying, if you've got a problem with this, then you can leave.
Dude, you're in Indiana.
And then they came back a week later. They were like, we didn't mean it. Please come back.
What we meant was you can leave a review on Yelp and come back on in, friend.
You can leave a big tip because we ain't doing that stuff anymore, man. We're done.
I love this story because we're winning. Mm-hmm. Bud Light is so desperate not to apologize. They're going to spend millions in marketing. They're hiring ex-GOP aides to assist them, having secret meetings. But they're going to have to apologize because they are, for the third week in a row, and that was last week.
Right.
Their sales are down 21.4%. Imagine what it's going to look like this week. It's going to keep being bad.
You know,
and the only way out is an apology.
Well, you know, my feminist...
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't even know if an apology would cut it.
I don't think an apology would work. I remember when I got canceled, I was told to apologize, and I was like, even if I did, that it wouldn't work.
No,
an apology is
different. This is different. The woke mob canceling people was never in good faith.
Yeah.
No, that was not in good
when
faith.
Bud Light did this, the first thing everyone said was, just say you're sorry and we will move on and buy your beer. And I said, look, if they just came out and said, we're sorry for sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney, we won't do it again, we apologize for offending our audience, I'd have been like, okay,
I'll
fine.
still not drink your beer.
No. I said
you don't drink it at all.
I said I would go and stock the entire office for our guests if they were willing to apologize for having done this, and they are not. In fact, my view of it is they are the opposite of apologizing. Having secret meetings, hiring GOP aides to consult for them, paying millions in marketing is them saying we will do everything in our power to not apologize to our own customers. That is the biggest FU.
Well, they don't care about their customers. They don't care about their customers' values.
That's why, if at this point they have done it, I do not see in any way why anybody would want to be associated with them at this point. After 3 weeks, they could have just come out after that first week and been like, guys, we did not mean to sponsor this person. We had no idea. We are sorry about sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney. End of story.
Well, there was that thing for a second where it was like, oh, the corporate people didn't really know that this was going on.
Yeah, but they never said sorry.
No.
Yeah, sorry. To be fair, have you ever been in an argument with someone and then you realize like halfway through you're wrong and you're like, how do I be a reasonable person without apologizing here? I'm clearly incorrect. I am 100% wrong.
Gaslight.
Would you not spend millions of dollars to get out of that situation if you had it? Would you not be like...
That's what we do here on Timcast.
I would just apologize.
You're so virtuous, Libby.
No, I'm not. I just know when I'm wrong, and it happens a lot.
Well,
so
you're wrong right now.
I'm used to apologizing.
Here's what you do. You quit drinking. And then,
right? Then you like take the steps.
Yeah.
Imagine all of
that round where you have to apologize to everybody.
Dude, everything's easier once you quit drinking.
Maybe Bud Light should go to AA. And
yeah,
exactly. They'll get to that round. We apologize to all our customers for thinking that a whole bunch of men really wanted to drink beer.
Go to AA, man.
Sponsored by this fella in a dress.
Anheuser-Busch and leading in the AA meetings.
How many lives have they saved by stopping all of these men from drinking? Kids are going to write thank you letters to Bud Light.
You're wrong. No.
Miller.
People are buying.
They're buying twice as many.
They're buying twice as much. Bud Light's refusal to apologize is taking lives.
They're having I'm not drinking Bud Light parties.
I bet Coors put them up to it. I bet these other companies were like, you know what would be really cool? That Dylan Mulvaney.
It was
awesome.
Coors CEO has a meeting with the Anheuser-Busch CEO. CEO is like, they're like playing chess, and he's like, you guys think you're the biggest dogs in the park, but I got news for you. Our next play is going to blow you out of the water. And they're like, really? What are you going to do? Well, I shouldn't tell you. but we're sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney. And then Anheuser-Busch guy gets up and he's like, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. He runs, he's like, get it, sponsor this person. And then the
Dylan, however much they're paying you, I'll double it. None of that 70 cents on the dollar thing. I know you're actually a man. I'll pay you a full $1.
Then the Coors Light guy gets up and walks away and laughs. And Bud Light's now. So all of this that they're doing, take a look at this story. This is interesting. Bud Light owners hired ex-GOP staffers as Capitol Hill lobbyists the same day they released the partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. They are doing everything in their power to avoid actually just speaking to their own customers. No, I didn't say apologize. Speaking to.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
They don't want to say anything directly to these angry individuals to the point where they've put 2 people on leave. They're spending millions in marketing. They're hiring these people. They made a commercial referencing 9/11.
Right, they went
That's
like
desperate.
full
That's
patriotic,
so desperate.
Really desperate. Did you see what Dylan Mulvaney did? Dylan Mulvaney's most recent TikTok.
Oh, I always
this.
keep up.
Right, I actually do always keep up because it's fun doing.
Only
these stories.
reason I have TikTok.
But,
Seamus has notifications turned on.
I have push notifications. They go to my phone.
Exactly.
I'm like, ding. I'm like,
Look at you. But Dylan Mulvaney, his last TikTok, instead of, you know how he does like 365 days of girlhood?
Yeah, he skipped a bunch.
It was day 9,601 of being human. And I was like,
Right.
there you go. Just be that. Just be human.
But
And then you're basically fine.
But the video that was put up by
Stop saying you're a little
Mulvaney
girl.
was saying like, people are saying things in the press about me that's not my truth. And it's just like, not my truth. It is the most, that is exactly the problem.
Yes, it is.
What they're saying was the truth, but not yours.
exactly. Like, what are you, God? You get to invent truth yourself?
This is the subjective cult worldview these people have.
I
They
hate
determine
them.
what is true.
It's self-worship. That's literally.
It
If
happens-
anyone who says
yeah.
my truth is engaged in self-worship, there's no such thing as your truth.
Well, that's
What's the
what it
saying? I
is.
am
I
the
mean,
truth,
it's the
the way-
deification
I am
of
the way
self.
and the truth and the life. Yep.
Yeah.
The logos. These people.
Christ is truth. He is truth.
Even outside of that religious perspective, it is obvious that woke people worship themselves.
Yes, that's correct.
The universe revolves around them. Their reality is reality. That is the postmodernist subjective morality.
James
What
Lindsay is jumping up and down, screaming, "Yes, Tim! Yes, Tim! Yes, Tim!" right now.
Well, what else is self-care,
And swinging a sword.
right? I mean,
Yes.
self-care is like preparation of the sacred vessel.
Yeah.
Amen. Well, and the irony, right, about self-care is you're not actually caring about yourself. You're just
Right.
indulging in selfish
yeah.
pleasures that
Right.
make your life significantly worse in the long run.
Tim, you talk about how
Really
this
nice
is
lotion and ice cream.
Exactly. Not like
That
going to bed
cognac.
and getting up at a decent time and going to your job and
Exercising.
earning and yeah.
Right.
I saw for the first time, I saw someone do a cover of a TikTok bit. You know the Dylan Mulvaney bit that he did where he had the tampon and stuff? I saw another different TikToker literally do the same bit.
It wasn't like that
was like a
guy
cover
Sykes,
song.
that guy Sykes.
I don't know the name.
Yeah,
but
so I'm telling you, this guy was one of the guys. This guy pledged to a bunch of sororities at, I think, Alabama.
Oh.
I think it was Alabama. We wrote about him a little bit today, but he pledged a bunch of sororities. He didn't get into any of them. He got very mad. He posted all these prom pictures. He has his hair really short, but it's got like highlights. He's clearly an effeminate gay man, which like, okay, go ahead. But here he is trying to get into all these sororities. And then he started ripping off the Dylan Mulvaney stuff because it was doing well for Mulvaney. And he must have been like, oh, I could definitely get in on this. So I watched some of his videos and he goes into the stores. He makes fun of tampons. And it's like, look, none of us like tampons either, okay? Like nobody's into it. It's not something we're all yay, tampons. It's like you're
I'm not
stuck,
particular.
you don't want to like bleed all over the
I
place.
like what they do, though. I like the
But it's like,
what
it's
they
like
perform.
it's-
The effect of tampons
yes.
is useful, but we don't need to go into the store and be
Right.
like ogling all these cotton products. For
They do
goodness
these
sakes.
Instagram ads where it's like people have periods and it shows women in their underwear with stains and stuff. Have you seen those? The activist posts?
Fortunately,
Yeah.
no.
There's been a bunch of leftists who
The
have
free
posted
bleed, the free bleed.
Oh, I remember this.
They've posted images on
Runners do that.
They've posted images on Instagram of them laying in bed in their underwear with stains. And my view of that is like no different than if a dude had like crap on his ass.
I'm free shitting, dude. It's like, why should society constrain my biological functions?
But hold on. Imagine if people were this animated about toilet paper. And they were making
They got those Charmin bears. They're excited.
They're
I know.
super pumped about toilet paper, but they're not against it though. That's the point.
They're
They're not
pro
like
toilet paper.
this toilet paper is
Has a
oppressive
clean
to bear
bottom.
kind.
Right. just want
Why must I
clean-
cleanse?
Clean fuzzy bears.
Exactly.
Those
Toilet
commercials
paper wasn't around for all of
commercials are kind of
history.
weird, to be honest.
Yeah,
a little weird.
I don't
Little
like
weird.
I don't like any toilet paper commercials. I don't like any tampon commercials. I hate
They should be like
all the menstruation commercials. Like just
It's always a woman in nature being super happy and all
No,
those
there's
words.
nothing- it's never happy.
But in the commercials, she's super happy. She's
if
like
you
out in
have-
nature on like a rowboat and it starts sinking and she's like, oh no.
I hate all that so much. And you know what? Like just
you don't need commercials for these things.
get some wool.
Yes,
on
you
and
do,
wash
because your
underclothes.
brand needs
It's
to be
not
the one that
big
people
a deal.
know.
Oh my
When
goodness.
people think crappy butts, they think Charmin. Look, people go to the store, they walk through the aisle, and they grab the one that's soft.
Do you know?
I don't know about what women do, 'cause,
I,
you know.
I don't want to talk about it. But
Unfortunately,
do you know
yes.
what? You know what? That you know how there's been all this shoplifting at like the Dwayne Reeds and the Walgreens and everything like that. So I keep being afraid that when I go into a drugstore, it's all going to be locked up, and I'm going to have to walk up to some teenager at the front and be like, "Can you unlock the tampon?"
They'll have like weird color hair and be wearing
I
a
don't
mask.
want any piece of that. You know, like just
You just got to be assertive. You got to be like, hey, doc, I got to wipe my butt. Open the cabinet.
terrible.
Give me some of that TP.
That's right.
What are you going to do? Hey, everybody poops.
Give me the wet ones. Let's go.
Wet ones.
But
right.
Tampax was sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney.
That,
Yes, which is weird.
And
What?
I was
Why?
horrified
And
by
then-
that.
I know-
But,
I know
once
why,
they stick
but-
him up his butt. Did you ever see that South Park
Dylan
with Kenny?
Right.
And they were
Yes, Dylan came out and said after the backlash that the whole bit was actually to help women because even leftist women and regular women were offended by what Dylan was doing marketing tampons.
Yeah.
And so what that video was like, I was just trying to be helpful. And then women got even angrier because a bunch of women started posting like having a male come up to you in a bathroom.
You're
and offer you a-
mansplaining tampons.
No,
like,
but like.
and back off. That's creepy.
This is awesome.
You're a woman. A woman is in the bathroom, and a male walks up to you and says, "Would you like a tampon?" And
Oh
they're
my goodness! I
and-
would
and
be
that's-
terrified.
and
Be like,
that's-
where's the holy water?
and that's why the backlash just got worse.
Yeah.
Now, my hope from all of this is that companies just stop sponsoring Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney.
No!
Dylan
But
Mulvaney.
he's got everything already. He's got a KitchenAid blender. He's got Kate Spade everything.
Right.
Dylan
Dylan will-
got like oil of
and-
Olay.
and-
running for
and
president, got the Republican
Right.
nomination.
He's doing that. For
And
sure.
Dylan represents algorithmic manipulation to no one. And Bud Light is learning what that means. It means when the algorithm says something is popular, it is not. Just because people are looking at it does not mean people like it. And what is on the internet is here's what's actually happening. There are fringe groups in this country that normally don't have the relationship to each other to organize in large numbers. That means if one person in every major city in the US believed in, space lizards, there's no great space lizard organization, but the internet allows them to congregate digitally. This then results in someone getting 100,000 views on their space lizard video, but these people don't organize in the real world. Now you've got companies being like, who's that guy who's got 100,000 followers? Oh, space lizard guy, he's great. Let's sponsor that. Whereas people normally are like, that's not okay. Dylan Mulvaney gets views because the algorithm props it up. Bud Light says sponsor it. Regular people say, what the are you doing? This is not okay. Now they're reeling from it. I hope other brands take notice and stop sponsoring algorithmic manipulation. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.